Hi, Flosstube.
Hi, people.
I'm Laura,
I go.
and welcome to the Slovak Farm.
Da la 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 la. We're getting the padded rooms in Tuesday. Why would we order them? You can tell me sew that up.
Okay. Y'all, it's 0:30 out there. It is 6:30 at night, and it's been dark for an hour, and I am not okay. I don't like time change. I'm not okay.
I like this time change. I get to sleep again.
I don't like this.
I suffer throughout the entire daylight savings time because it's too damn early.
I hate this. You know what time I realized that my clock... Okay, so I start work. I get to work at like 6:15 in the morning. Would you like to know what time I realized that I needed to change my wall clock at work?
11:30.
9 o'clock.
I was figuring when you were waiting for somebody to leave. Wait a minute, that's wrong.
No, the person that relieves me is really good about being on time.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's Monday, November 4th. The Monday after daylight savings time ends.
At least it's not like the one where it begins.
This is true. I do worse with spring forward than I do fall back, but I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I was up at 4:30 yesterday morning. We are going to have a straight week of this.
I keep trying to help her with this stuff. No, she actually stayed up late last night trying to sleep in. See, this is what happens when you actually think you're on a farm and wake up like it. You are your father's daughter.
I can't make the Green Acres joke because I don't want to get flagged for a copyright. Usually when somebody cracks a farm joke, I do the Green Acres theme song.
So type it in the description.
Okay. That's going to be the title of this week's video, y'all.
Hey, y'all, watch this.
That might actually be the title of this week's video. So, Tuesday was Pizza and Stitch night, so we have all. Not a whole lot. And Thursday night was Halloween. I hope that if you celebrated, you did so responsibly, safely. It was windy. It was rainy and windy around here. Several communities in the area actually rescheduled their Halloween for Saturday because of the wind. Well, it didn't really, it didn't help the rain any. It was really more because of the wind.
Yeah, the wind was better.
To be honest, the wind really didn't start kicking in real bad until after trick or treat.
Well, like they were going to know that. The weather is plus or minus about 3 or 4 hours, okay? But I'm sorry, it's just the nature of what they do. One air current going a weird way that it wasn't supposed to do, and it delays everything or speeds everything.
Burned my tongue on dinner. So I'm gonna be drinking extra tonight. Sorry.
Do you want to go get some ice cream?
No.
Freeze pops?
We don't have any ice cream. We don't have any freeze pops.
So let's go get them.
Anyways.
Hey, you saw. I tried.
He did try. Who did we get love from this week, honey?
Where is it on this thing? Love from Glenna.
Just Glenna. Loved us this week. It's okay. We have to say hi, Heather.
Hi.
We saw Heather Tuesday night, and
What's that maybe why she didn't comment?
she commented as we were coming home on the previous week's video. She's behind because she was in San Diego for a work conference, so it's all good. And she's had her plate very full because she moved, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're actually like, yay, she's stitching. Hey, we get to bother her Wednesday.
We get to see her Wednesday. Because it's guild meeting. I almost forgot about it until Saturday.
Sad part is I'm the one that reminded you.
Anyways. So, short intro this week because we didn't have a lot to talk about. And I tried to stretch it with Halloween. So, we're going to move on to whips. Whips! No finishes this week. Go.
You didn't see my funny face. I was being cute.
Oh.
Ink Circles, Dragons of Sumatra. Stitch on, I forget. What is this on here?
It's all 16 count picture this plus Thunderstorm.
That's Dragons of Sumatra. That's what I got done. Yeah, some of it. I forget how much I got done. I was a little busy yip-yapping while I was stitching.
I think you got... Hold it up. I think you got this done and this done.
I think I got that done. That. Yeah, but maybe that too.
No. Okay, that was... maybe.
Somewhere in here. I don't know. Whatever. And I'm not done. Yeah. For once. But not a lot got done because the color I wanted to do, because my brain works a certain way and I got to do it the way I'm doing it. Otherwise, I don't do it because I'm going to make a mistake. And I forgot the color I needed when we went to go out and about. And I can't do this guy without my headlight. I'm actually going to start another project. We'll get that with plans.
How about... Okay.
ADD, gotta love it. It is a little bit later.
Squirrel.
This is Leisure Arts Liberty Angel. And I got some more red done. And there's a little bit of white down there. Which, the fact that you can barely see it is actually why I need to do this at home with my light. Because the light's just is too pale at the one place we go to, and it's just not working.
And then a stitched on 16 count, hand-dyed by the Slovak farm.
Heirloom.
Heirloom.
You know, if I ever do that without her prompting, she's probably going to need to go to the ER.
I probably will.
That's it for me. Last turn. Get comfy.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, yeah, I really might want to look into getting...
Okay.
I have a big frame.
So, we were in Cappadocia, Turkey last week.
That sounds like an alcoholic beverage.
I know it does. Daily 30 was in Cappadocia, Turkey last week, and this week we're back home stitching on the cornucopia. So, let's start with... So, for Cappadocia, I had to stitch on something with a heart, and the doggies have heart, and the turkey's butt feathers are a heart. I didn't realize the turkey's tail's feathers were a heart until after I'd started stitching, so there you go. This is Plum Street Sampler's Turkey Sausage. This is my working copy because I was beating up my OG chart, and I needed the color key on the back, so I just copied the whole thing. That's how I roll. I also am putting stitches on this for Cornucopia Week for something that you would find in a cornucopia, pumpkins. So, as you can see, lots of progress.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
What in the flip is a cornucopia?
It's that horn-shaped wicker basket.
Oh, that's called a cornucopia?
That's called a cornucopia. It's also called the Horn of Plenty.
That's how I know it. Okay.
We are learning all about it this week on Daily 30. So, my pumpkins for cornucopia. I stitched 389 stitches on this for Cappadocia Week, which was the turkey, these flowers, and I finished up the leaves on the stem. Yeah, I finished up the leaves on the stem. And the flowers here. For Cornucopia Week, so far I've gotten this and his hat. I was going to do his hat in one of the colors that I'd already pulled for the pattern, but none of them looked right. So I just went with 310 black. This is stitched on a 28 count even weave, hand dyed by the Slovak farm in the Cleveland Fog colorway. So I haven't totaled up my stitches yet for cornucopia week. For the cornucopia on it. That's only a 200 stitch prompt. I think I'm like halfway there. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So we had to stitch on something with a chimney on it for Crepe d'Ocio week. And I chose to stitch on Main Street. So I stitched on the grocery store. The building next to it has a chimney. So I made sure to include picture. The chimney is already stitched on this building. So I made sure to include the picture of them together so that everybody knew it was on the up and up. I also stitched on this for one of the November monthlies, which I'll get more into when we get to plans. But I stitched on this for the family prompt for the November monthly because I am doing Main Street in honor of my family ties to my hometown. So here's the grocery store. I did 360 stitches on it for a chimney, which was this brown, copper brown color in the sign and the black parts of the lights. And then I did 515 stitches on it for the November monthly, which was everything else. The bottom half of the store, the window frames, the door, the white with the lights. There's a basket of flowers here in the window, and then a barrel of fruit here, and I was doing this color for the door. Same color in the basket, same color in the barrel stripes. So.
Yeah, you might as well make you hold that up fine.
Okay, sorry. So that is my Main Street, the grocery store, hand-dyed by the Slovak farm. Solo.
No, I think this is a very good place for me to sit.
I put 875 stitches in on this sucker this week. That's a lot.
I think maybe over here so people can still see my face while I'm looking at your stitch.
Whatever works. Alright. Next up, we did some stitches on Santa's house for something that was hidden for Crepe d'Ocio week. And I did include in there Joe's little thing from last week about it was a mystery cell when you started it. So it was hidden. This is on 14 count opalescence Mountain Rose by Silk Weavers. Here's the whole thing. We're coming along. I did 351 stitches on it. It finished up some snow that I folded up. It finished up some snow over here. And then I backstitched the sleigh, all of the snow under the sleigh, and I stitched in the reindeer. And a few plops of snow over here. That was 351 stitches. So last week when we did plans, I said I was going to try to do some stitches on Lady of the Flag to work on correcting her flag for something hard and something soft. By the time I got to that prompt, it was super late in the week, and I just didn't want to monkey with it. I had a bad week last week. I didn't want to monkey with Lady of the Flag. So I did the alternative idea that I had, which was to stitch on my Brooks Books Dress Up, Belle Dress Up, because the cloche over the rose is hard and her dress is soft.
You know you can just do it just by the rose?
That too.
I'm weird, aren't I?
There were lots of things that I could go with for this. That's what I went with. I did 352 stitches on her dress, which, as you can see, I finished up under this skirt tier. So this starts a different portion of the skirt. And then I have the rest of the third tier of the skirt here. And I put in most of the stitches, if not all of the stitches. No, all of the stitches in this color. Up in the upper part of the dress are in. Or the middle part of the dress are in. This is Bewitched by Hand Dyed by Stephanie. So 14 count. It's 14 count. And I told you I told you how many stitches I put in there.
I keep yawning. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to.
So then Friday rolled around. And Friday, everybody in Virtual Stitchers was starting Hades. Well, not everybody. Let me rephrase that. A lot of people were starting Hades. Some people were working on Hades they already had. Some people were working on full coverages they already had. I said, I'm not starting Hade. I have no desire to start a Hade. And they said, well, Laura, why don't you start Mirabilia? Because Mirabilia is to me as Hade is to them. And I said, I'm down with that idea. I needed to stitch on a fairy anyways to get the bonus prompt. So I pulled out Miss New Year's Fairy. By Mirabilia. Yes, I copied the cover page again because it copied one page with the color key on the back. Not that I'm actually using the color key because I'm totally converting this, but I have to find the original. I don't remember where I put it. Somebody wants to borrow this when I'm done, which is the other reason I copied the whole kit and caboodle for my working copy, because somebody wanted to borrow it and I didn't want to beat up the chart. I put 304 stitches in on Miss New Year Fairy. This is Silk Weaver's 28 count Opal Essence Fantasy. That is 304 stitches. It is all in purple metallic. It's a DMC purple metallic. I know what you're going to say. Everybody loathes DMC metallics. I don't have that big of a problem. I sometimes do, but I've learned to keep my strands short enough. I don't have a problem.
Do you clip the ends like I told you to? If they're frayed?
I loop method it.
Oh, I saw that.
I loop method.
Oh no, I was
I
doing
don't know if
that
you
too.
can see that. I don't know if you can see that. So I do the loop method, and that helps too. I have learned how to work around the problems. I know.
You were still going, why am I doing a metallic? At least it doesn't.
Was still going, I think I'm insane. I think I'm insane. I think I'm insane.
And my response was, I know you're insane. I know you're insane.
But
I
it's
know
so
you're
pretty
insane.
and sparkly.
I believe you said, why am I doing this? I said, it's sparklies, didn't I?
Yes.
It's a speaker language. Literally.
So that kind of wrapped up Cappadocia week. There's one prompt that I never stitched on. And I had with the moon. So I'd have to do the alternative stitches, which would be 450 stitches because I'm Wonder Woman. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. What?
Do you have any stitches with somebody's butt on it?
No.
Okay.
Because I thought of that too. I don't know that I'm going to get to it. I did the bonus prompt. I don't normally do the bonus prompts because they're very specific to the week and it's stitch on something very specific. And a lot of times I don't have that. So even though I didn't stitch on the last prompt, I stitched on the bonus prompt, so it kind of evens itself out. If I find I have time before Friday, I may throw some alternative stitches in on, because I think I can do. I think I'll double check out, but I think I can do like 250 stitches as an alternative and still get some tokens, like, because it's 3 levels. If I get there, I get there. I ain't worried about it. I'm really not. Alright. So, for Cornucopia week also, I stitched on the project that made me go, I much prefer stitching on with metallics. I stitched on Plant Happiness. I needed 200 stitches on Plant Happiness. Would you like to know how long it took me?
No.
It took me 3 hours. No, 4 hours. For 200 stitches. Like 4.5 actually. Maybe 5. For 200 stitches.
There's a reason I'm hiding. Let's just say she made this great salt flats look bad with the amount of salt coming out of her.
I was salty. So we had to stitch on this for something wild. Because there's a festival in Whistler. The Wine and Food Festival every year in Whistler, British Columbia, Canada, is also known as Cornucopia Festival, or something to that effect. This year's theme for it is So Wild You Can Taste It. So we had to stitch on something wild. And I thought my wild conversion of plant happiness would be a great wild thing. But let me tell you. This little flower I stitched 3 times. I kept getting the placement wrong. I finally had to stitch from the inside out. So I stitched these 3 flowers, there's 3 flowers and some leaves there. This flower, this flower, this flower, and that swirly leaf thing. That was 204 stitches, and I was so glad when I was done. I was ready to go back to the metallics.
I ran away. I'm not gonna lie. She was like, I'm out of here. Why? I want to live.
I was ready to go back to metallics after that. So, I have stitched a total of 2,475 stitches this week.
Maybe 300-400.
Apparently, I do actually stitch quite a bit, considering I don't neglect things. Alright. Moving on to haul. Synchronized!
Oh!
Wow. We're like, oh, we're too close. Sit back. Have the same. Haul, y'all.
I got something that just made me laugh, and I'm probably going to do this like 3 or 4 times. Because I need to put this places.
I need that at
It's
work.
my sense of humor. I was going to make one for you. Actually, designed by Lisa. Is the name, and it's If You Were a Cat.
I'd like you better if you were a cat.
I am putting that up at work. I am giving her one. I'm half tempted to put that up at church. You know, Father would let me too.
I know.
He would laugh.
Well, Father's not much of an animal person. I mean, he likes animals, but...
No, but that'd just be funny.
Yeah.
The sheer funny of it, he'd do it for that. Not permanently, but for a week or 2.
Yeah. Okay, so I got another pair of scissors. I was trying to avoid that. They are Kohana Scissors. They're the cutest little scissors you ever did see. I like to fall.
You need to get one of those things, one of those long string things, and like how to have on my scissors. You need to put one of those on that.
They will attach to your needle minder. They come with a little cover. The cover you cannot attach to your needle minders, but you can totally stick these to your needle minders, and they're right on top of your project. And obviously they're plane safe. They're blunt tipped, so you can't stabby yourself.
That happened yesterday while we were driving.
Several times.
And I'm sitting there going, you know, you need rounded, you need safety scissors. It's like, I have a pair of those at home. I didn't bring them with me.
So.
Then I tried to drive while laughing.
Yeah. So those are my cute little scissors. You can now take them out of the box, and you can choose your color tassel. Call Shelly at Just Stitching to order yours today. Sorry. Oh, I had to do that. I don't know where else to get them actually, other than Shelley's. So, and then as part of the tour, all of the shops have trunk shows. Shelley had Abby Rose design, and because these, they were a little pricey, I will admit, but they weren't the full amount of the gift card Carla had gifted me at Fun Night. Thanks again, Carla. I decided to get Farmhouse Christmas by Abby Rose Designs, and it's both patterns, the farmhouse and the Merry Christmas pillow, because I need the farmhouse Christmas in my life. I need the farmhouse Christmas in my life, because I'm a farm girl. And that's all the haul. So, moving on to plans. Plans and announcements.
Lauren found a way of coming up with a new noise just now.
We'll knock the camera over getting ready for plans, and it was...
It sounded like all of the alert noises, that's one time, but they didn't know what order to go in, so they all blurted out at once.
I love you, honey.
I love you too, that was funny. Mainly because you caught it. Because by God, if you broke the phone we just got, you'd be crying.
Yeah,
You'd be crying.
Yes, I would be. Plans!
I have to find something to replace the Liberty Angel for out of the house stitching.
Well, you have that little Grim Reaper. You have...
Might you think about just getting a smaller scroll frame for dragons? Oh, Hugh Snap, I mean.
Oh, go with an 11 by 11, maybe?
Yeah, or just get a smaller bag. I don't know if I have a bag that'll fit that, though.
We get you a bag that'll fit.
I know, I asked you about it yesterday. Oh, funny story. Laura learned a valuable lesson. I am not good for the budget when going fabric shopping.
I went into Joy Fabrics yesterday for 1 yard of fabric. Would you like to know how many I came home with? 9.
How many of those did I suggest?
8.
No, 6. 2 of them, 1 pair was your idea.
Everything.
The truck was all you.
It was their pre-Black Friday sale. They had, so it was like quilting cotton was like 50% off, or Christmas cotton was like 50% off. Harvest cotton was like 60% off. Plus, if it wasn't on a doorbuster, you got 25% off extra. So we didn't spend nearly as much as I should have. And I still spent. So, there will be new bags posted eventually soon. Christmas fabrics. So my plans. So like I said, it's Cornucopia week at Daily 30. I've already stitched one of the prompts. I'm half done with one of the other prompts. So what do we have left? Well, we have to stitch on something we have and tell about something we want. Because the legend of the Cornucopia is that Zeus's foster mother, who was a goat, broke one of her horns off, and he said, and he felt so bad for her, that he said, whatever you want, we'll always fill this horn, or this horn will never be empty, or something like that. So that's where the Cornucopia comes from. I can really pick anything that I want to stitch on. I'm going to do that one last, because I'm literally going to go, okay, what do I feel like stitching on today, right now?
Okay. Next.
We have to stitch something that we were lured to, because the cornucopia, along with rolling fields of oats and wheat and crops, were used to lure settlers to the New World. So we have to stitch on something we were lured to. So I have
half your stash.
90% of my stash.
No, I'd say half of it was your idea.
I have 3 options here. Oh, hey, look. That's where it's at. I have 3 options here. I have missed New Year's Fairy because I was lured to start her last week with all of the virtual Stitchers people. I was lured to stitch Lady of the Flag because when she was released, I was like, I don't get the hype. Then I got the hype.
That color conversion gave you the hype.
That color conversion gave me the hype.
It isn't the Lady of the Flag. It was she saw the color conversion she's using and went.
I like that.
And I'm just sitting there like, no, you're not spending $300 on a pattern.
And I didn't.
Which is why I didn't care. Am I correct?
So, yes. Or. Because this one was 100% totally enabled by Christine over at Stitch All the Things. Cardinal points. I would have never looked at this online or in a shop and said, I need to stitch this. Like this, as the chart. I don't even know if I would have seen it in a shop modeled and said, I need to stitch this. But watching Christine Stitch All the Things stitch it, I was like, I need to stitch that. I like that. 110% enabled by her. I have thus dubbed her Christine Enable All the Things. Because there are some other things that I've seen her stitch that I go, ooh, I want to stitch that now.
So log into your YouTube account, get some parental controls, and block that channel so I stop so he's over 20?
I love her.
Yeah, I would really do something like that. I wouldn't be walking properly for the rest of my life. And she's still going to watch it somehow.
Uh-huh. I love her. I do love Christine Stitch All the Things. So the last prompt I will need to fulfill then is to stitch on something you would find at a fair or ice cream. Because the waffle cone was first presented at the 1904 World's Fair, and it was called the World's Fair Cornucopia, or dubbed the World's Fair Cornucopia. So you can either stitch an ice cream cone or something that you would find at a fair. Horses? You would find horses at our fair. You find horses at our county fair. You find flower displays at our county fair.
Actually, you find somebody doing exactly what she's doing because they actually have lady riding competitions.
Yes, they have riding competitions at our fair. They actually do have cross-stitch entries at our fair. Everybody keeps telling me I need to enter it. No. Or enter stuff in our fair. No. Anyways. Moving on. So, I thought Ride for Singing was like, of the options I had, I thought Ride for Singing was probably the most fitting. So, I will be busting that out this week. And then I'll round out Cornucopia week. This is the short week. So, like I said, depending on when I get stuff done and how I'm feeling, I might try to do some alternative stitches for the last Cabe d'Ocio prompt. We will see. November's monthly challenges started on Friday for Daily 30. Cheryl this month wants us to reflect on the things that we're thankful for. So she presented us with a list of 10 things that when people are surveyed, they say they're the most thankful for. We are to connect 5 of those things to different projects and talk about why we're thankful for those things, why those projects connect, and why we're thankful for those things. And do 500 stitches on each.
Also, I was thought that we were having fun with, isn't it?
Yes, we were discussing this Saturday at the market. The other 5, we can do 200 stitches on each for each prompt as a bonus. That's one of those, if I get to it, I get to it sort of things. You know.
The dog jumped off furniture without landing on her face. Woohoo!
Poor old girl. So I showed you the first one, which was family. That was Main Street. Friends. I have had several options for friends going through my head. I still may change this. It's going to be a Mirabilia. It's going to be one of 2 Mirabilias. It's either going to be New Year's Fairy, because my friends encouraged me to start her, or Lady of the Flag, because one of my friends graciously passed her along to me It's gonna be a Mirabilia because Stitchy Twin and I both love Mirabilias. So it's gonna be one of those. Freedom. Let me rephrase that. Friends is probably gonna be New Year's Fairy because Freedom is actually probably gonna be Lady of the Flag.
And if you need that explained to you,
I do have some other 4th of July-ish projects, but none of them are started, and I don't really feel like starting anything right now.
ladies needs her stitches.
Lady needs her flag fixed, and I need motivation to fix her flag. I could put 1,000 stitches on Lady of the Flag, too, if I really felt motivated.
Hey,
I don't know
honey,
if I'm going to feel that motivated.
I have a great way to motivate you to do Lady of the Flag.
Hmm.
Put the rest of it in the trunk and buy a padlock.
No. Lady of the Flag will get her stitches. Don't
I
get me
know.
wrong.
I'm just saying. You're having trouble finding motivation. I can motivate you. You know this about me.
Joe wants me to stitch on Lady of the Flag for the Spouse Prompt 2 because I started Lady of the Flag when he started Liberty Angel, and he thought that would be a really great tie-in to why you're thankful to stitching on something that represents your spouse. Really, honestly, I could stitch on anything because
she has a cheat code.
He stitches.
And I sit here while she talks about
it. And he does Flosstube with me, and he sits there and stitches with me, and we stitch together other places, and we go places and we stitch, and we retreat and we stitch, and all of those things. So, I have a feeling I'm just going to decide this is what I want to stitch on today when I do that prompt and stitch on that. So, my 5th and final choice for things that we're thankful for actually was the very first one I had. I know what to stitch for that prompt. Thoughts. Food was on the list. I know what to stitch for that prompt. This is a free chart, but I'm going to hold it back here. It is the Rest in Peace Anthony Bourdain chart that the Witchy Stitcher published last year after his passing. Anthony Bourdain. I love Anthony Bourdain. And food and Anthony Bourdain just absolutely together. Because Anthony changed the way so many people think about food and eating and the world of culinary and all of those things.
He was the guy who literally said, you know what? You can go to the tourist trap. I'm going to find some guy that lives around here and ask him where he goes to get food. And he's had several shows, and he's gone to many places. We actually went to a thing where we went and talked to where he was talking.
Fun fact, that was 6 years ago tonight. That made me sad face when I looked at my Facebook
Because he was really funny because he was like, you know what? We will get to some places where they don't eat. They eat a lot of vegetables not because they want to be vegetarians, but because they don't have meat. They're forced to be vegetarians. So when we show up and they give us pieces of chicken, that means they basically are holding a festival in our honor. I don't know what was put in front of me, but I ate it and said it was delicious and accepted seconds. And then we were in the hospital for a week. I got home. But I'd do it again because I would not insult these people like this. So, it was kind of funny. He had no problem being rude, but he only was rude when it was called for.
Yeah. He could be very rude and crude, but he very much appreciated food. He very much appreciated what was put in front of him.
And he loved the culture and the stories
He appreciated the life he had as Anthony Bourdain because it happened so late in his life, and his famous saying, "I don't have to agree with you to like you or respect you." He could be rude, but I think for the most part, he was very respectful to people, especially cultures he visited. And in my opinion, you can't stitch on a prompt that says, being thankful and food and have an Anthony Bourdain inspired whip and not stitch on it. That's just that's how I am. Because me loves me some Anthony Bourdain still. making an Anthony Bourdain movie in conjunction with his production team and his family and friends. It might prompt me to go to a movie theater. We may have a kitty earthquake. So that's plans. Joe kind of already hit on announcements. There is new fabric here, so I'm going to stitch on bags. I need to balance stitching on bags versus making kitchen scarves for market.
Oh, I had some idea for sizes.
Because I took 6 kitchen scarves with me to market 2 Saturdays ago, and one person has bought 3 of them in the last 2 weeks. She's giving them as gifts because she loves them. I'm glad she loves them because not everybody does, apparently.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They just don't have money.
No, I was told that some people don't appreciate them. Anyways.
Okay, whoever said that, let me know. I want to put my foot. I want to see my foot fits in their butt. Or I'll tell your mother.
Wasn't my mother.
No, I will tell your mother so I stick her on them.
Oh, mother won't do anything about it. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So, there are 5 other prompts for the monthlies. I don't know if I'll get to those. So watch the Facebook group for new bags. Retreat. If you paid for your retreat in full, if you paid for even partial of your retreat, before the end of October, you get 2 free raffle tickets. If you book, sign up for, and pay either your deposit or all of your retreat between now and the end of the year, you'll get 1 free extra raffle ticket. That's about all the updates I have for the retreat and all of that.
Welcome and goodbye and Sherry stuff.
I wrote down welcome on there. Do you think I did? Beginning of the video. So if you're a new subscriber, I hope you've stuck around this long.
This is horrible.
If you're a returning subscriber, y'all know this is normal. If you have stumbled upon this channel and you have made it this far, well, here we are.
Thank you for enjoying our type of crazy.
Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna go now and
do some dishes.
I'm gonna go now and edit this video.
Okay, well, welcome back, all of our old subscribers. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. There's a thing called subscribe down there. There's another thing down there that has a little bell thingy that gives you notifications. There's also a thing where you can share the video if you want to. Or you can just go and comment. We like reading comments. Like if you liked us, dislike. And if you hit dislike, please very nicely tell us what your problem is. If you're rude, crude, or just flatly just mean, there's a delete button we can hit. FYI.
Chances are, if you dislike the video, sorry about your luck.
I love constructive criticism.
Honesty, if you dislike the video, sorry about your luck, because we've been doing it this way for a year now. We're not going to change anything.
Okay, we might change 1 or 2 stupid things, like maybe get a new pillow if people are sick and tired of seeing this pillow. Actually, I'd probably just get this thing blown up and put it like so it covers the entire back wall. But
you're stuck with the pillow until after Thanksgiving.
Okay, why?
Because it's fall and harvesty, and it's not. Fall isn't over yet.
No, I said I was going to make a bigger one and put it up there if people have a problem with the pillow. Here, I'll take the pillow down and give you a wall sign. Now you really can't ignore it. Is that not my sense of humor?
Look, at least there's something behind our heads and not a blank wall.
Well, how many whips can we put up there?
Okay, anyways, moving on. We spent 18 minutes on plans and announcements now. Okay, bye!
Bye!